Hey Cancer, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your timeless tarot reading, meaning whenever it came across your feed, that's when you're meant to see it, or whenever you had time for it. That being said, be real with yourselves. Don't give your power away to tarot. It's all meant to empower you. So if you'd like for me to pray for you, if you'd like others to pray for you as well, it's one of those kumbaya lovey-dovey channels. Say hi in the comments section or even leave an emoji, something that represents your energy, Cancer, that we can focus on. All right, lifts us all up. And if you don't mind, please hit that like button on your way in. Thanks. I forget all the time, so I like to remind. So we start with self-esteem. I am true to myself. And this is how you do the mudra. There's actually a physical hand gesture that you can do to empower you. I'm just going to check this real quick. Yeah. So you kind of interlace your middle fingers right here, and you put all your pinky, your pointer finger, and your thumb together. Okay. So I am true to myself. The affirmation is I am valuable and good just as I am. I make my contribution to benefit all. I am the child of the universe, and this gives me the right to receive love and respect, to be successful and contented. I treat myself accordingly, making demands upon myself and indulging my needs with a good sense of balance. I stand up for myself, and if need be, I am my own support and advocate. I love myself even when I have not earned love, for then my need is the greatest. Nobody is perfect, and my weakness and faults are like doors which open up into new worlds. I love that. As soon as I have discarded that part of them which is negative and a hindrance. That is an awesome card to start with. Let's see what's where life is taking you. Cancers, at this time of doing this timeless tarot reading, take only what resonates. What's coming towards my Cancers? We have two cards that flew out together. Gotta move these, sorry. I need to be free. So we have you leaving something behind, the Eight of Cups, and we particularly have an energy coming through that I want to wait on for a sec. I need to find a little bit more out about this. Wow, what are you leaving behind? It looks like two people or two energies that were making you happy. This is an interesting thing because they're like either they're a married couple or maybe they're related, maybe they're parents. It's going to be different for all of you guys, but maybe they're two people that you work for, but they would be very closely connected to one another because this is a divine partnership of some sort. Not divine, God, I don't really want to throw a divine in there right now, but this is like a partnership of some sort. They come together, they come as a duo, and they're not making you very happy with the Sun card upside down. You are not having it anymore. I think you are just not really interested. You're simply seeing better opportunities elsewhere. So I know that this is not going to apply to everybody, but the energy is all the same. These are two individuals who are very practical. They could be earth signs, but they could also just be focused on money, investments. They could be focused on things that are... These are people who like to make an investment and they like that investment to pay off. If this is somebody's parents, then it could feel that they are too cold. It could feel that they don't understand you. As a Cancer, they might not understand your deeper, the way that your waters are deeper. You're maybe more intuitive and emotional. You feel more creative than they can relate to or something like that. But what else do my Cancers need to know? Temperance is flipping, which is a transformation card. You are headed out on a really cool journey because you're acting out on faith that what lies in those hills beyond is going to be better than what you've been cultivating here, which has something to do with these Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here. And you're walking towards your own happiness, which doesn't surprise me that we started with self-esteem. I am true to myself. This is treating yourself accordingly, right? And if you were to listen to that, you all of a sudden turn around on your heel and you face what? The moon and the sun. This is your happiness and it's embraced by the moon, and that is intuition. You're headed towards the Nine of Cups. You can give yourself a pat on the back. You'll look back and be very proud of yourself. Where else we're going? My Cancers. Jeez. Read it how it lies, and it lied upside down. The Two of Pentacles. Tell me more about this. Oh boy, things are changing. So if we walked back a week ago for some of you guys, even a year ago, and we said, okay, well, where do you see yourself, Cancer, 10 years in the future, 20 years in the future? Where do you see your family or what you're building? My nose is itching. I'm so sorry. It's a good sign for you, but I really need to focus on this message. That's what it's saying. That's all changing right now. Basically, it's in flux. So, right, 10 years ago, a week ago, you might have been like, oh, well, you know, this is what we're going to do. And this is, I'm going to go to school here, or I'm going to get married to this person, or I have a wife, or I have a husband, and this is what we're going to do, blah, 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 blah. You like seem like you know. But this is all in flux. This is all changing. So you are literally, I'm catching you, Cancer, at a time where you're changing your future. And I don't think I have to tell you that. I think you know that, but this is your confirmation. What wanted to fly out of the deck and flipped instead is actually a transformation card. And that is also requires balance. So balance of what? Well, we're getting a major hint with your very first oracle card. It's about how you treat yourself, how you respect yourself, self-esteem, putting yourself first. I am my own support and advocate. I love myself even when I have not earned that love. For then my need is greatest. That's where the balance is being achieved. And watch what happens when you start doing that. You might find that your interests start to naturally change, that the people you surround yourself by change, and that the events change course. The events are changing your life's course. So some of you guys might be getting a little more quiet than usual. Some of you guys are just feeling it, like growing more focused and insular. You're listening to that voice. That voice has always been there, but maybe you just didn't give it enough credit. Maybe you were, you know, a sense of duty or a sense of honor, or was making you kind of maybe compromise some of it. But it didn't look like compromise always on that for you guys at the time. It simply seemed like the fair thing, possibly, or the right thing to do was to consider other people's plans for you or other people's perspectives of you, but not anymore. Three of Pentacles. Tell me more about that. So your plans, specifically with other energies around you, this can be work for some of you guys. This could be people that you've just collaborated with and you all had the same goal. So that's really, when you step back from the Three of Pentacles, that's what it means, is there's other people involved in this and y'all had the same goal at one point, and you're realizing that it's a big interruption in these plans. Big interruption. Why? It's almost like, no, I'm not drinking your Kool-Aid. Yeah, you're believing in yourself. And you might not even, if somebody were to ask you exactly why, especially people like this, Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles, they would want to be like, and why? Based on what proof? Based on what statistics? And based on what goal and guarantees? Nah, you couldn't even answer that question right now in that context. And you won't. You're not even interested because you don't have to speak that freaking language. Thank God. Instead, you can just believe in your convictions. You're winning that fight against doubt. All of these wands down below here, they represent inner and outer doubts. The reason why they're not attached to people, you can't see anybody but him here. He represents you. These doubts could be attached to anything. It doesn't matter. You're fighting them off because you're now only listening to you. You don't need an excuse. You don't need to explain anything away. You don't need to explain it in their language. Notice that all of these are pentacles. The other people here that you're collaborating with, or at one point you were, you're not drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. It's just not your, excuse me, it's not your cough suppressant. Cough suppressant indeed. This is not your solution. It's not going to heal you or change you in the ways that are going to make proper plans. This is a big disruption of plans, and you're starting to listen to yourself, changing course, listening to yourself. All these pentacles is very practical energy, so that's why I'm saying listen to your intuition rather than what might look good on paper in this case. Yep, you got another quiet card here. The Four of Swords, going inward. Going inward. You are trusting yourself above all else. Cancer, this is going to be an extended. I am going to make this an extended. It's going to be a great reading regardless. But if you do want to go to the extended for more advice and unpack these cards more, that will be in a link below in the description box. Coming out. So why are we getting all these quiet cards, right? The Hermit, going within, listening to yourself above all else. You might be turning off your phone more than usual. You might be getting off of social media, distractions. You don't want to be distracted or persuaded away from your own experience of yourself right now. I know that's hidden for somebody or people because you're coming out of disappointment. You are throwing yourself, your own lifeline, your own safety raft. What is coming out of this disappointment? What is this Five of Cups in reverse? And then I want to know where we're headed. Going towards something stable. You know, you've had a theme about wanting something stable, like your last reading, which was, you know, you're going to see this whenever you see this, and that's going to be perfect. But the reading that that might be helpful attached to this is, I think, the one from May 2025. But anyway, there's a lot of stability, focus on stability, but how you define it. That's what matters. And the rest will follow. It's like right now, the results are none of your business. All you have to do is really take that first step in the direction of your happiness and your own intuition. And that is the biggest and most helpful message I could give to you at this point. I'm going to go on to the extended, and I hope that was helpful. If this is where I leave you, thank you so much for joining me. Please consider liking and subscribing if you want to join the family. And otherwise, I will see you very soon for your next reading. Bye-bye.